the experience as a Black person in the US, the knowledge that merely going about my life could result in someone phoning police about my life, and then those police harming me, that just creates a lot of stress. I find myself second guessing, being extra cautious, going out of my way. There's a character in The Simpsons, Ned Flanders, the Simpsons cartoon, maybe the longest running cartoon ever. And he um, always is very friendly, very outgoing, very howdy hi neighbor, yokely dokely. And I find myself putting on a bit of a Ned Flanders character, just walking through my own neighborhood to make it abundantly clear that I am not a threat. It creates a response in many of us, which is to minimize ourselves and to be less than ourselves, to be less open and free. Well, to be less free. And so even if police aren't involved, they're in our head, so we police ourselves.
There is an African-American man. I am in Central Park. He is recording me and threatening myself and my dog. Please take your phone off.
Please don't come close to me.
I'm taking a picture of calling the cops.
Please call the cops. Please call the cops.
I'm going to tell them there's an African-American man threatening my life. I'm being threatened by a man in the Ramble. Please send the cops immediately.
I think that the reason white people feel so comfortable sicking law enforcement on Black people who've broken no laws is because that's what white people have been taught. That's what all Americans have been taught by a long history of disregard for Black life. And so it's normalized that you are going to abuse the 911 dispatch system for a minor dispute or an observation of a potential code violation of barbecuing at a lake, for example. Yes, let's have men with guns show up because the consequences are so rarely visited in deadly fashion on white America themselves.
I saw actually a long line in the legacy of the so-called ladies who lie, that her imagination was so limited that she could not conceive of a Black person in Central Park existing to enjoy nature, to have a little pocket full of treats for a puppy as he was going about his business, shows just how the poverty of her imagination and her understanding of how life exists. Unfortunately, that poverty of her imagination is repeatedly visited upon non-whites and specifically African Americans. What everyone has been accusing the Central Park accuser of is, in fact, this attempt to activate the police on her behalf so that at minimum, her victim would be not only demonized, but perhaps even destroyed, his life taken from him, simply because she found him disagreeable in a space and place where she believed he had no business being.
To see Ahmaud Arbery and George Floyd and Christian Cooper and Breonna Taylor, all kind of 4 incidents over a 3-week period, gaining media attention, all with excessive use of force as the theme and their Blackness as the common denominator. It's a reminder that this nation has work to do. And so it's, in some ways, it's just another day in the United States. Like, it's actually not special at all. And that's depressing, and it's real.
Living, breathing, sleeping, walking, reclining in one's home, sitting in one's car, sitting on one's property. And the lesson is there are violations of the rights and freedoms of people of color, specifically African American folks, on the regular, day in and day out, and their rights are being violated by those who think that they simply don't have the right to exist freely.
When I saw the video play out, it looks the same in so many ways of the barbecue Becky video. There's a level of confidence and entitlement on the part of the Amy Cooper in this video that was really familiar and really disgusting. We live in this era of like Black Lives Matter and viral video stories, and there's just not a moment that has gone by where you don't hear the story of the cops being overzealous with a Black person. This is not a Black American problem. It's an American problem. And so I want white America to be as offended by these incidents as Black America. Don't just express sympathy for the offense that Black people are feeling. Be offended yourself as an American and as a human being.